Hi. I wish I could um stream on TikTok as well, but work with what we got, right?
I'm just saying, man, I don't want to have my.
All right, we are live.
Sir Roland.
I wish YouTube wasn't so stupid. Oh wait, they aren't charged. That's why I've just been hitting.
Most of my thighs in my thigh.
Okay, I'm definitely hitting my mission in this match. I need 800 of the event currency so I could get that sidekick.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Why'd I? You thief. Another Jaeyoon. Oh, that hit. Oh, that hit. Okay. Okay. That hit. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. That didn't hit though. Where the hell was I aiming? What the fuck? Okay. What? Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. Yes, sir.
Hey,
I hit it. I hit that. I hit that, and you can't tell me otherwise. Watch what I do to this Loki. Hold on. I'll fulfill the land's prophecy. Look at you. My bad. My bad.
really?
My bad. My bad, yo. I did not mean for that to happen.
Frick that dude.
My bad.
Oh,
My bad.
I'm blaming you if I die. I'm so very blaming you if I die. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm getting
I'm on. Yeah, I'm dead.
okay.
It's all your fault. Fuck you.
Wait. What? I keep forgetting I'm not the
Red team
Jaeyoon. Why do
wins.
I keep thinking I'm the Jaeyoon? Please tell me I at least hit my mission. Bro, what the fuck? Hey, listen, 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 listen. This is actually annoying.
Sir Roland.
This is actually pissing me off. I know I hit that at least 3 times. Why is it not counting? You're Artemis?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're just
Need
lancing
to-
today, huh?
Yeah, I need to play Rocket Lance characters.
3, 2,
I need to
1.
win as a Rocket Lance.
Okay, yep. Did I? No, that didn't count. That didn't charge. It didn't charge. This fucking Yumiko, bro. Oh my god, I hate it here. Why would you go there? Can't blame anybody but yourself.
I can blame you. You're the one that did that.
You should look at you.
In my defense, I was looking at your character.
Oh, that hit. Oh, that's at least one. That's at least one. Look at this. Oh my god, this Satori is pissing me off. Fuck you. Can we get this Yumiko out of here, please? Thank you.
There.
Wowza. Hold on. Oh, that hit.
Oh god.
Brother. My brother in Christ. Off my court. Okay.
There, we
Jesus.
both got off your court.
And I'm off my court. Oh, we're all one stock. We could probably pull this off. Let me lock in.
I'm basically just saving you from
Oh my god! You're saving me from what? Life? My bad.
Hey!
Good game.
Yes, sir.
Red team wins.
Really,
I hate being an iPhone user sometimes.
Why's the
Siri just doesn't know when to quit. Oh yeah, I do have a lot of Rocket Lance missions for the battle pass.
I have to deal damage by dash jumping into attack.
I gotta win matches with 8 or more defense, sword heavy attack damage, Rocket Lance KOs. It's a lot. It's a lot. Get KOs with different types of attacks. What does that mean? Like side airs and side sigs and shit?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Hey,
I'll be back.
I got
I'll be back soon.
I got
Invite me back. Invite me back in a minute.
okay,
How
I'm
is
gonna
there
go play
how
one
bro? How am I
I'm gonna
still
go play
zero?
I'm gonna play one free for all match. Okay, you can join too. Because I have to play one more free for all match.
Bro,
Sir Roland.
this doesn't make any sense to me. I've been hitting these all. Wait,
Oh, okay.
who? Which one are you?
1, brawl.
I'm the pink
Green one?
Tesco. The pink
No, you're
Tesco over here.
green. You're green.
Pink, right here. Jumping up and
Brother,
down.
brother, you're green.
Right here.
Brother, you're
Jumping.
green.
I'm not green.
Yes, you are. Look at my stream.
That's not me.
Are you the one that doesn't have any color?
Oh. Pink one.
Brother,
Pink
brother,
Tesco.
you're green.
Alright, I'm pink. Oh my god.
Look at my stream. You're green. I'm telling you, you're green, brother. Hold on, let me hit you with my slide attack 3 times. You bitch! Are you even in my game? Are you sure you're in my game? Why are you hitting me?
I'm the one attacking you right now.
I told you to let me get my 3 hits off.
Why would I do that?
Because I need the mission. Will you fucking relax? I need one more. Alright, bro. I know I dodged that. Please tell me that counts. Surely that counts. You see that you're green now.
I'm really not though.
You were green on my screen. How
There
is
was
that
two
still
Tescos.
0? Bro, how is that still 0? Bro, this is about to piss me off.
Sir Roland.
This is actually annoying. This is actually super annoying.
Oh, wait, I'm done with free for alls now.
Alright.
Sir Roland.
There's just door for you. I gotta get off.
Alright, bro.
I'll be back on later tonight.
Online.
Yes, sir.
Sir Roland. 2, 1, brawl! 2, 1, brawl! Player 2 wins. Online. King Zuba. Three, two, one, brawl!
Mm.
King Zuba.
I didn't know I set this to public.
3, 2, 1, brawl. Dominating. Shut down. Dominating.
Sir!
5,
Good, sir.
3, 2,
We're not in gold. We
game.
aren't in gold at all.
Player 3 wins.
This isn't even ranked, I don't think. I don't want to play ranked, it's gonna piss me off. I'm just trying to do this mission, but it's not working out too well. I could go ranked though.
Online. King Zuba.
just to meet up with a spammer. Oh my god, I hate this game sometimes. Watch it be a land spammer. We are gold. We should be. At
3,
least I
2,
think so.
1, brawl.
Oh, huh. You're our ticket out of gold. I wish. Look at you. Oh my god. You're one of those. Holy bait. Ooh, that would have been so peak. Get off my court. Let's get Tomato. Welcome back to the stream, bro. Oh my. I knew it. I knew it, bro. Now, would I be too cruel if I went hammer? Look at you. Come on, court, yo. Ooh, you're so lucky. Come on, court, yo. Look at you. Look at you. Ooh, ooh, that would have been saucy. Look at you. Okay. Okay. Oh, I hate how you play. Easy GG, not yet. Off my court, yo. Ooh, yes! That's my first ground pound KO. Yes, sir. Absolutely not. We don't play that over here. Look at you. Oh, you missed. Okay. I had nothing? Face ass. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Yo, the day I get better at hammer is up for some of y'all, man. Get off my court, y'all. Let me get another sword. I'm putting boot to ass. Don't let me. Ooh. At least he's not spamming. I can't complain. But come here, though. Ooh. Look at you. Bro. Bro. Yep.
Player 2 wins.
Ah, I'm never getting out of bronze again. Silver?
King Zuba.
What's my pseudo on PS5? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. What's my PSN? My username?
Three, two, one, brawl.
Oh, bro, what the f- What? I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop doing that. Write your pseudo in chat. I don't know what a pseudo is, bro. Can you explain it to me? I keep selling. I dodged. Bro, oh, that was such a miss. If that was 1 second later, bro, you see this bullshit? Oh my. Alright, bro, whatever, dog.
Player two wins. King Zuba. King Zuba. King
Can you?
Zuba. Vivi.
Tomato, I don't know what a pseudo is, bro. You gotta explain that to me.
Three, two, one, brawl.
Do you see this bullshit? Alright, bro. This is why I don't like Red Raptors. I hate everything about how you play, bro. Bro, of course, bro. Bro, get me out this fucking game, dog.
Online. Online.
This is fucking annoying, man.
Three, two, one, brawl.
Oh, you're so fucking annoying, bro. Why did that gravity cancel? Why do I keep gravity? Bro, I hate this fucking game, dog. I'm about to break my fucking controller, dog. Ooh,
Player one wins.
get me out of this fucking game, bro.
two, one, brawl.
This is so fucking annoying, dog. Bro, get bro. Ah.
Player one wins.
Just get me out of the game, bro.
Online. King Zuba. Vivi. 3, 2, 1, brawl.
Wow, because that's so fucking fair, right? Um, Bro, I hate this game, dog. Bro.
I set out to build the most insane gaming PC possible on an ultra tight budget, and it might be one of the best budget builds in 2026. All right, so yeah, guys, let's just go ahead and get right into it. I'll show you the parts that I have pulled up here. We're literally gonna be building the cheapest PC we possibly can that can actually run some games pretty decently. And I'm gonna be doing the whole thing step by step, so it's gonna be very easy to follow in case you wanna build it on your own, so no worries there. The CPU that we're actually getting for this build is an Intel E5-2680V4, which is a super old server CPU, but it's still really powerful. We can see here that it released in the first quarter of 2016, but it was a really powerful CPU like I was saying. It was mainly used for like servers, as I was saying, so it is really powerful, but look at how cheap we can get it for. $34 for the CPU, and it's kind of equivalent to like a Ryzen 5 2600 or like even pushing a 3600, so it's really solid, and the fact that it's this cheap on Amazon refurbished is really good. Now we're gonna be pairing that with this like Shang Zihawan, I don't even like want to know how to pronounce that, X99B9 motherboard. So this supports that CPU, obviously. We can see right here Xeon E5, V3, V4, and all this other stuff. It's also only $68, so it's really not a bad deal at all. In total for our CPU and motherboard, we're still like right under $100, which is really good. That CPU is kind of powerful and does draw a little bit of wattage, so we're gonna be using this CPU air cooler right here. I don't even know what brand it's from, to be honest. It's from Up Here, and they have 160 ratings, so it's not bad, 4.5 stars. This CPU cooler should look really good. It's also all black, so it'll look sleek in the build. And yeah, speaking of the aesthetics, we're gonna be using this Raidmax Vector V212 gaming case. This right here is the white version. The black version looks like it's out of stock now, but I'll show you guys. You can see right here, this is the black version. Looks a lot cleaner in my opinion, just because the type of build that we're gonna be doing. But obviously you guys can get whatever color you want. It's still gonna be the same case, same build tutorial. That's what we're gonna be using. And then we'll be using a 500 watt power supply right here from Thermaltake. 39 bucks, pretty solid price. Thermaltake is also really highly rated, as you can see, with a 23,500 reviews right here at basically 5 stars. So pretty good with that. I also want to point out when I bought this case, it was not $59. We can see right here, I bought it for 43. So if you guys see the price totals and stuff like that, it's going to be slightly cheaper like how I'm getting it because the prices have changed a little bit and they continue to change every single day. As we can see, this one stick of 16 gigabyte DDR4 2133 megahertz. 2133 megahertz, and it's $40. What is that, bro? This is stupid. We simply just have to bite the bullet, though, is what we're gonna have to do. 16 gigabytes, one stick of RAM. It's gonna have to suffice. If you guys can get 2 sticks, it's obviously gonna be better. But really, with this build, we're doing it as cheap as we possibly can. And yeah, obviously you can get it however you want to. But moving on, we can see that we bought this GTX 1060 3 gigabyte for only $38. Basically $40, not a bad deal, to be honest. Price range is pretty much like the best GPU that you can get. And I can search it up right now. You guys can see like there's bids going on, only 1 minute left. You could probably get this one for $30. You just have to look for it, to be honest. But yeah, the one that we actually ended up getting right here, really cheap, really solid deal. And then lastly, for the SSD, we're getting this N.2 NVMe 256 gigabyte. It's $23, and I understand that it's 256 gigabytes, but we are building the cheapest PC possible, all right? We're gonna have some flexibility here. Obviously, like I said, you guys can get whatever you want, but we're building this PC as cheap as we possibly can. And this is just gonna have to do, you know, we can uninstall some games if we need to, but it'll be enough to have 1 or maybe 2 games installed at once. So not the worst thing possible. And SSD prices are also rising, which it's just stupid, bro. AI is stupid. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up the build. I mean, I think the PC is gonna look pretty good in this case. It's gonna make it look a lot better. It is an ATX case, and obviously the motherboard we got is micro ATX. So the motherboard will be like a little bit small on the case, but regardless, it's still gonna look really good and hopefully perform pretty good as well. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get all the parts in And when that happens, I guess I'll see you guys then. Really quick, guys, I'm gonna just be real. Most ergonomic chairs sound good, but the second that you lean forward in a game or just get locked in for a few hours, they stop working. You end up adjusting your body instead of the chair actually supporting you. But that's why the Librenovo Omni stood out to me. It's what they call dynamic ergonomic, meaning the chair adapts to how you move instead of forcing you into one position. The biggest difference is the Bionic FlexFit backrest, so when you lean forward in a match or just relax in between rounds, the lower back support stays right where it should. And if any of you guys have ever sat in a chair, that's usually where you get sore. But personally with this chair, my posture just stays natural and comfortable. This chair is clearly built for people who sit for a long time, which is basically most gamers. A lot of us are playing or editing from 3 to 8 hours a day, and that's when a lot of back and neck pain really show up. And this chair actually helps with that. It doesn't just look ergonomic. It's also got a SynchroLink system, which keeps everything aligned. The seat, back, armrest, and headrest all move together, so whether you're leaning forward to focus or reclining in between games, nothing feels out of place. And the headrest even adjusts automatically, which is clutch for long sessions. My favorite feature on this chair is by far the OmniStretch massage mode though, because you can recline all the way back to 160 degrees, tap the button on the armrest, and it gently stretches your lower back to decompress your spine. After a long grind, it genuinely feels like a complete reset. You also get 4 recline modes, from upright focus to full relaxation, and also comfort wise with the layered seat cushion, armrest, and neck support, they're just all super solid. And for reference, I'm 6'7" to 6'8", and although this chair is rated for people that are, still fits me very comfortably. And also, this chair does have multiple color options. As you can see, the white one that I'm using right now, a black version if you like darker setups, and they're releasing this brand new moss green color, which is launching in the US, so it's gonna fit pretty much any setup. And guys, I'm not gonna pretend like this chair is a cheap chair. It's genuinely a good investment. If you game about comfort and long-term health, this is the kind of upgrade that is worth thinking about. And even without a sponsorship, I'd way rather spend money on a chair like this than most other gaming chairs. If you sit for long hours and want real support while you game, check out the Librenovo Omni with a link in the description. All right guys, so as you can see, we got a ton of packages right here, and instead of just boring you guys opening them all up, let's just go ahead and there we go. This is a lot better. That was a lot of packages. You guys don't even like see how much stuff is over here, but the whole corner of the room is filled with boxes. But yeah, anyways, let's just go ahead and get this motherboard out and just get started on the PC build. Let's go ahead and get this motherboard out of the box. We're gonna take it out and set it right on top of the motherboard box itself, so we have a good little work area. The first thing we're gonna do is remove this bracket on top right here, because the CPU cooler we actually have a different bracket, so we're gonna take this off. And now that that's out of the way, we're gonna lift these levers up on the side and raise the actual bracket so we can place our CPU down like this, and then we can take this little black thing off as well. Inside the Intel bracket, we have this little thing right here that we have to put in the back of the motherboard, so we can take off these little white things because it is sticky, which is gonna stick to the back. And then with the 4 holes, we're gonna line up the actual like screw things with it. And each one of the corners are adjustable, like you can make them go out or in, so that is like size adjustable, if that makes sense. Now we're just gonna grab our CPU that we got. And then on this motherboard bracket right here in the silver thing, you can see there's like this little arrow pointing up in the top right corner. And then if we look at the CPU, we can see the corner that there is an arrow also on it. So what we're gonna do is just line up the arrow. So arrow here, line it up, and then just simply place in our CPU, and you should be able to tell that it is pretty snug. You can like wiggle it if you want to like test to see if it's secure. It is. And now all we're gonna do is just grab this little bracket, place it down, and then we can like pull these levers down and clip them below the things. So our first one just like that, and our second one on the top left just like that. And then also in the Intel socket bad, there's these 2 little metal things. So we're gonna grab them and put them vertically right here. You want to make sure that little screw thing is facing up as well when you're doing this, so just place them down like this. And there's also arrows right here to make sure that they're facing the right way. They should both be just pointing in towards the CPU. Now we're just going to take the 4 screws that were with the spacers and screw them in these 4 corners. And now we're just tightening the little screws on the side of the CPU cooler.
If you can handle it, join Blue Throne and work from any country in the world. We're a startup that's dedicated to acquiring, partnering with, and scaling extraordinary mobile apps that deserve to reach the masses. Our talented team and app creators work from all around the globe, living their lives to the fullest while constantly improving, growing, and getting meaningful results on a daily.
And there we go, CPU cooler is installed into the motherboard. We can route the cable down as well. And I don't know how well you guys can see it, but this little pin right here, this 4 pin is a CPU fan. It's right under the cooler. It's the one right here where my pointer finger is. So we're just gonna plug in the cable that comes from the CPU cooler into that, just like that. Now for this motherboard, the RAM is actually really weird, where I don't even know where my RAM is at. Oh, there it is, right here. This motherboard is like a quad channel RAM, so we're actually gonna be installing the 1 stick that we have right here in the far left on all of them. That's what it says to do, so that's what we're gonna trust it with. Obviously, if it doesn't boot, we'll change it. it, but I'm pretty sure it's just the far left one. So that's what we're gonna do. All we do is just open the tabs by pushing on the corners, and then we line it up and click it in. There we go. You'll feel a little click, and then these little things on the side will click in so you know that it's good to go. Now we're gonna install our SSD, which is right here underneath it. There's this little screw right here that we're gonna take out of like the little slot first before we can do that. So we're gonna unscrew that and hold on to it because we're gonna need it to screw our SSD right back into place. So literally all we do is just slide it into this little slot right here and then lower it down and screw back in that screw. That's literally it. All right, there we go. SSD is installed. Now we can actually move this to the side and get our case ready. What we're gonna do is go to the back of the case right here, unscrew the screws and then slide it off. And we're just gonna remove all like the cable zip tie things from the case. And we can see the bag that it comes with has all these little screws right here, which we will need, so keep track of those. Now we're gonna lay this thing flat and then take off the side panel. And what we're gonna do now is grab our IO shield that came with the motherboard and then click it into the side of the case. Make sure that the two bigger holes on the top are on the actual top of the case, and then we're just gonna like click it in from the side. Kind of hard to see, but you just push on each corner and it like should click in place. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's 1, 2, and it's clicked in on the side right there. And if we look in the case right now, you can see these little standoff things on each corner, which is basically what every single one of these like screw holes line up with. So we're gonna make sure that we have one of these standoffs in every single one of these spaces. After lining it up, we need to add some here and right here. So we're gonna do that. And it's literally just these like tall screw thingies right here. I don't know if you guys can like see them good, but it's just these screws right here. And after doing that, we can place our motherboard in and line it in with those little holes. Once you got it lined up in the IO shield, it should be pretty much lined up regardless. So you don't really have to worry about it. And then once it's lined up, you're just gonna take these little screws right here and then screw into every one of those slots. It's kind of like the short screw with like the flat top. So we're just gonna screw them in all the little spots that are have like little screw holes. And also before we go any further, if you guys look right here, this little circle, there isn't any like silver battery in here because this motherboard does not come with one. I'm guessing because they came from China and they can't like ship those overseas or something, or maybe they're just cheap, I don't know. But I actually have some which I'm gonna go grab, but they're super cheap. They're like a couple cents at the dollar store or whatever. They're these CR2032 batteries right here, and like I said, they're pretty much anywhere, so you can just go ahead and like push this in just like that. Now we're gonna get our power supply ready as well, like this. We're gonna go to the back of the case again, and then the case actually has a vent on the bottom, so we're gonna make sure that the fan on the power supply is on the bottom so we can intake that air. So all we do is slide that in, and then there's like these little 4 screw holes that we're gonna screw in with the screws that look like this right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Right now this might look like a lot, but it's literally just the case cables, the fan cables, and then the power supply cables, which we don't even need to use half of these. It's just a few that we need to plug in. We're gonna start off with this like really big power supply cable right here though. It's this big thick 24 pin, and we're gonna take it into the side of the case. And then it literally just plugs into this right here, like that. Now we're just gonna take the cable that says CPU and then route it into the top right here. And it's gonna plug right here in the top right of the motherboard. Now for what some people call the hardest part of a PC build, which honestly I agree with them, but it really is just super simple. It's just the case cable. So all the cables right here for like the power button, the USB ports, and like the audio ports. Time to plug those into our motherboard. The first one we're gonna start off with is the one that says HD audio on it. And it plugs into the bottom left of our motherboard. So again, we're just gonna route it into the bottom left. It's literally the bottom left one, like the far left bottom of the motherboard. That's what it plugs into. And it only goes in one way. You guys will see if you look at the pins. And there we go, plugged it in. Now we're gonna move on to the USB one. It has USB labeled on it. And again, that's in the bottom. So we're gonna route that in the bottom. And that's gonna plug in directly below the battery that we put in. So let's just slide that in. Now this part right here is honestly where it does get pretty confusing, but I'll put a chart on the screen while I'm plugging them in. These 4 tiny cables right here, again, we're gonna put in the bottom of our motherboard. Case, I mean, not motherboard, obviously. These are all gonna plug in the very bottom right with like the yellow, like, I don't know, coloring right here. We're gonna plug in the power LED plus with the text facing up on the top left. Beside that is the power LED minus, same thing, text facing up. The HDD LED is gonna be upside down with the text facing down right underneath those 2 on the bottom left. And lastly, the text facing up, power switch is gonna go right beside the top 2. So the second and the 4th slots on the top, text facing up. And there you go. That's like the hardest part of building a PC, honestly. The last cable that we have is our USB 3.0, which I'll show you guys where that goes. It goes on the bottom right below the battery again, so we're gonna have to route that on the bottom of the case. The little notch will be on top, and then we're just gonna slip it in right there. And just like that, all of the case cables are installed, and really all we have to do is a couple more simple steps and we're done. The next step would be to plug in our fan cables. All of the fans in the actual like case that it came with, they all chain together to go into like these 2 cables right here, which would be the power right here for the RGB, and then like the actual fan power right here. So what you can do is grab the actual SATA power from the power supply and then plug it into the SATA here, and then plug in the fans into the motherboard. But I want to actually control the RGB, so I got like this $5 hub right here. So we're just gonna plug this into the actual power supply SATA power. And now for the fans in the case, like all the fans here and then the one right here, they all come out chained together in these cables, which literally only lead out to a SATA power and like this fan thing. All we have to focus on is the SATA power. So we're gonna go to our power supply and then plug it into the little cable that says SATA. Literally any of them will work, so you can just plug it into that. And the reason we don't have to plug it into any RGB thing is that the fan is actually daisy chained to this little switch right here on the top of the case. So it looks like we'll be able to control all the RGB by just hitting this button on the top. So that's pretty cool, pretty efficient. But now we're literally on the last step, which is just installing our GPU so we can take this out of the packaging. And now literally all we do is line up this slot with the little slot right here, make sure the fans are facing down. Actually need to take this little bracket off the side so we can fit in there. And then once you have it lined up, look on the side where like the GPU slots are covering, if you guys can see, and we're gonna take off like the two brackets right here. So the two brackets that are from the top, all we do is just push them in like this and they should just come right off like this. And then now we should be able to line it up and then just click in. You guys might be able to hear it like that. And then the same screws that we use to screw in like our power supply, these ones right here, we can just use to screw in the side of our GPU into the case so it's secure, just like that. You honestly only really need one, but I mean, we're already here, so might as well screw in the second. And then for the very last step, all we're gonna do is take the GPU power supply cable, which will be the one that says PCIe on it, and then route that in the bottom of the case. And then simply just plug it in. There's literally only 6 slots, so we don't need the extra 2 that are on the side. We can kind of like tuck that under. And yeah, guys, just like that, your PC is built. Let's just go ahead and like do a couple little bit of cable management here. We can slide in the back plate of the case. And then the same way we took it off, just screw it into the side right here. And we are literally done building this PC, bro. All right, so now I'm just gonna plug it in, make sure the power supply is flipped on like the little line, and then we can just turn it on. Everything should be good. And yeah, bro, oh my goodness. This is a $260 PC and it looks this good. Are you kidding me? Now we should be able to hit this like reset button on the top and it should be able to change all of our RGB. Okay, no, it looks like it just turns on and off. I'm gonna look at the case's like specs to see if it actually has like RGB fans or if they're just like static RGB. It looks like they're probably just static. So let me check. Yeah, I'm looking at it and it says that static RGB fans that have a fixed color pattern and you can't really change it. It's just on or off. So you definitely can still change the RGB on here, but you'd have to get like an external RGB hub. They only cost like $10, so it's really not that bad if you want to be able to change the RGB, but the case itself, you can't do it, unfortunately. But I mean, this still looks really good. Like, the fact that this PC is $250 is genuinely insane. It looks really sleek, and you could have honestly got like an RGB CPU cooler. There isn't any RGB slots on the motherboard though, since it is kind of old. So again, you would have to get like an RGB header to control the RGB, but overall aesthetics is like a 10 out of 10 on this thing. And right before we test it out in some games, I wanna show you guys something. These right here are like all of my custom mousepad designs. You can see there's literally like so many of them. Pretty much any design that you can think of, to be honest, and they're on my website, only $25. Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, not even a biased opinion at all. Like, they're super good quality. They're great stitching. They last forever, really good glide and everything. They're also water resistant. So if you want a mouse pad and you don't want to spend a bunch of money on them and you want cool designs, my website for these is linked down below in the description. Everyone loves them. I mean, you can even look at the reviews and stuff, but yeah, let's go ahead and test this PC out. If this thing performs good, this is one of the best budget builds on the internet, dude. All right, guys, we got everything set up right now. The first game we're gonna be testing out is some Valorant, just to see like what a basic game can get on this PC. Honestly, I have really high hopes. Let's just get right into it. All right, guys, just loading in right now.
I think I'm calm enough. I think I've calmed down. I I think I've calmed down enough. Let's see if there's any streamers on that I could like snipe, I guess. Ugh.
Online.
Oh, fucking annoying, bro. I guess we'll just wait on ranked ones.
King Zuba.
Alright, bro.
3, 2, 1, brawl. 2 wins. Online. 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 Custom. King Zuba. Three, two, one, brawl!
Yo, can I? What the fuck? I'm the only person with anything other than black on. Oh my. What the fuck?
Player 3 wins. Serve over. Three, two, one, brawl! Custom. King Zuba.
I'm probably not for those after probably my last match one.
Custom. King Zuba. Three, two, one, brawl. Player one wins.
It's probably my last game, I'll be honest. My shoulders hurt.